Okay, beautiful people. I'm so grateful you're here. This is kind of one of these things that we haven't done this before on this scale. We got some brilliant speakers. So I'm going to keep this really brief. But when I started working with, we call it Future Love Progression, but we also work with Future Vision. When I first started working with this, my life changed dramatically within 3 months. And everything took off, and I'm buzzing here and jumping on planes. It was all super exciting. I literally went from Slough to Global in one jump. So it was good. Really, really, really very, very cool. Um, and so I started to realize it was more than me. So I started to train people and teach people all the techniques. So then I ended up with some amazing practitioners. What's cool for me is it attracts incredible people. You're going to meet some of them today. And then it got big to the point I just thought, this is so much more than me. And what was amazing was so many of the people that had come and trained with me stepped up. They've developed their own stuff, and I think about 12 have written their own books. I mean, they're getting gigs I can't get, and I'm like, how come you're there? It's brilliant. It's amazing. Bunmi's here. We're collaborating on some amazing projects together, and the right people are showing up. And yeah, it's all super exciting. So, but I'm going to introduce you to Marie Morris. She's going to take you on a beautiful journey. Now, Marie knows my work better than I do. Every so often she'll go, "Yeah, that technique you did," and I'm thinking, I've forgotten all about that. I really do. So she really has got a tremendous knowledge. So, Marie, I'll hand over to you.
Thanks so much, Anne. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us. I'm just as excited to hear what the other speakers have got to say. For those of you that don't know me, I'm a naturepreneur. I take people to nature and nature to people, and one of my specialities is looking at best future work. In 2021, I won a national award for helping people with disabilities get back to work, including those with brain injury, so people that they didn't think could work. Also, I've worked a lot with injured military people, but also just generally people that want to look at work or their business. So I had a CEO, for example, who felt overwhelmed by his work and his business, and he wasn't really pulling his team together. So he worked on how that might change. I've also worked with people who, for whatever reason, need to change their work direction, or they might have been made redundant, or perhaps they're divorcing and need to actually get to work. So, apart from the usual methods, having a business plan, looking at our CV, we need to use all of our senses and our inner knowing when we look at the field of work. And people that work with me know that I like my props. So, I've got one prop here today. So, what I'm liking to do is to take you up to be top of your tree and the steps that you're going to take to get towards that. Now, with the technology, as we all know, sometimes things happen. We get unexpected noises or internet issues. So just allow yourself to relax even more if any of that happens, and just to go a bit deeper until either my voice or Anne brings you back. So, without further ado, do get comfortable. You may want to close your eyes. So, I've got behind me a picture of a beautiful forest. And I want you to just imagine for a moment that you're out walking on a beautiful day and you're heading out into nature, heading across a field and through a woodland. And up ahead of you, you can see a steep hill. And somehow, in your inner knowing, you know that this hill is very special. It can give you an advantage point and show you your best job, your career path, or direction for your business. So I want you to make your way up towards the hill, over a stile, down some short steps, and down the steps you go. And keep walking along the path, up and up towards this hill. And although that you see it's steep, you somehow know that it's easier to climb. So just make your way up the hill, step by step. And with each step, you're feeling more relaxed. And as you walk and you rise up, Think about how much you have grown and all of the knowledge that you have gained in your previous or current work or business. And just keep walking up that hill, up the hill, effortlessly, breathing really easy. Just feel relaxed with every step. And yet somehow you feel excited. You're walking up and up until you finally reach the top, standing on the crest of that hill. And just take a moment to pause and look up at the sky and out at the vast universe. And be aware of this space, the beauty of nature, and of our Earth and of our galaxy beyond the sky. And you know that there's so much more than we can ever imagine. So open your mind and your heart up to this space, this beautiful connectedness we have with nature and our universe. So just take a moment and enjoy being part of this amazing, light, universal, natural space. I want you to be aware of your feet also upon the ground. Feel your own self rooted deep on this earth, just like the roots of a tree. This magical earth and nature that gives life to so many creatures and plants, our miracle planet teeming with life and richness of every kind. Take a moment to be aware of how connected you are to everything, to all the wisdom, the knowledge, the resources, the abundance, the joy, the love, the health, and the talents that there are in our world. All you need to do is allow it to flow through you. The road you've just travelled is behind you. You're standing strong and tall on this hilltop. And now you're ready to find your best path to your future job, career, or business direction. This is the path that leads you to your most powerful work future, where you've made the most of all those optimal changes. Just allow your mind to flow and don't second guess. You could get something you expect, or maybe even something different. Now look down the other side of the hill and you will see 3 pathways ahead of you. Start walking down the first pathway towards your left. This is the path where you carry on just as you are. You don't make any changes. It's just the same as now. As you're walking, how does that feel for you? Do you feel comfortable or uncomfortable? Do you feel it's the right path or the wrong path? For most people, it doesn't feel like the right path. So, if not, then know that you can change direction and cross over to the middle pathway. This pathway stretches out ahead of you. Remember, only focus on your best work, career, or business path. Just allow any information or whatever sense to flow to you. As you focus on the road ahead, notice how this path splits into more paths, more and more paths, just like the branches of a tree. And each branch is a direction you can take. But you're only going to notice the path that's the strongest and the clearest for you. The one path that stands out from all of the rest. And as you watch, this path becomes bigger, wider, clearer, and much more sharply focused. All the others fade into the background as this one path becomes clearer and stronger. This path leads you to your purpose and your powerful best future work, career, or business. This is where you've anticipated and made the most of any changes, the changes that make a real difference for you. You know who you need to contact. You know what actions you need to take. You find the best resources and you put yourself in the forefront of work trends, career developments, or getting your business ahead of everyone else. So walk along this path boldly. Feel confident. Take a moment to notice any information you need and to gain any sensations that you can. Now allow the path to take you off slightly to the right. This is your surprise path. This is often the unexpected added key piece of information for your best future work, career or business. Just take a walk down this pathway. Be aware of any other important actions or changes that you need to make. Be aware of you and your sense of purpose. Observe how you work in your best future. Are you alone or with others? Are you inside or outside? Are you sitting or standing? What's your posture like? What might you be wearing? What might you be saying or talking about or doing? Allow all of your senses and inner wisdom to flow easily to you. Be aware of how you feel and the difference that your best work makes to you and others. Take in and absorb all of the details most useful to you. What is the major change or action you can now take in your work, business, or career? Now turn and look back down the long road and the path that you've travelled and see all of the smart, inspired, and wise things that you did to get where you are. And maximise on those. Be aware of what you need to know right now to get ahead of your work game. Combine all of that information, senses, and knowledge and bring it back to you in your present time. And in case anyone does feel blank, just imagine that you do actually know. And if so, what would your answer be? So take a moment. Keep with you everything that you've learned and everything you need to know to help you right now to be your best self in your work, career, and business. I suggest that you listen to this again and repeat this the next time you're actually outside, walking along a path, a hill, or a bridge, because our problem solving is increased by around 42% when we're outside. So now I want you to float back above your pathway, floating back above the top of the hill, back through the forest, back through the fields, and floating back and getting ready to come back into this space and time. And 5 and 4, beginning to stir, 3 to 2, and 1 to opening your eyes. So do please get in touch with me on LinkedIn or Facebook on Your Own True Nature for a longer session of steps to your best future self for work. Many thanks.
That was lovely. I knew you were the right one to start with because we're so busy rushing around and so much going on to just have that beautiful bit of peace and direction to begin with. Lovely, lovely. So, so how do people find you? Can you repeat that?
Sure. So I'm on Your Own True Nature. I'm on LinkedIn. You can find me under Maria Morris or Your Own True Nature. And I've also got a Facebook page. My website, I am revamping it. I'm also using this future vision technique to revamp the website at the moment, but you can find me. So thanks so much, Anne.
Brilliant. Well done. I love that. And you reminded me of things I've forgotten to do. And I think, look, the time we're living in, work is going to change. It's going to keep changing. It's going to constantly change. And the only people that are going to thrive are the ones that are kind of working from the future backward. That's the way we have to work these days. So I think this is a process. This will go on YouTube. You will get a copy of every recording. So let's see, Heidi. Lovely, thank you, Maria. Yeah, it was really, really nice. A really good way to start what we're doing. I really enjoyed that. Anybody got any comments? Anybody? I mean, we're all focused on our future. Christine, lovely from Christine Walker. Yeah, very, very, very nice. Really nice way to go. Yeah, I think it's like I try and look at my future about once a month to do with work. It used to be once a year. And that's because everything's speeding up so fast. The rate of change is going to speed up so much. I think having that insight into where you're heading, I think you're right. We do need a regular review, which is why I want to put this on YouTube, make sure everybody gets a copy. Marilyn, let's go now. I can't see. Can you put your LinkedIn here? I cannot find. Now, I'm actually going to send out an email afterwards with everybody's websites, contact details, and you'll get links to all the talks. I'm going to make sure you've got all the information because it's so easy to miss bits of information. It's so busy to let things move on quickly. So I promise, Natalie, I promise I'll make sure everybody gets the details. Let's have a look. Yeah, I just the best thing I can do is make sure I've informed everybody of every speakers because there'll be speakers you particularly connect with, and it might be the right time for certain people. So, yeah, brilliant, well done. So, who have we got next? Next, let's stop this because I want to stop and start these.